Put a bead on the edge again. Two for the top of the loop. Smells like a half flower. I think I'm gonna love it. Cute. I'm gonna leave the slightest bit of a gap. See, there's a little bit of a gap there, so I want to keep it consistent all the way across. Realize I'm not in the middle of the screen. Sorry about that. You'll notice when I'm pulling thread through, I'm really pulling it hard because I want it to adhere properly to the fabric, to the base. Good. Leave a gap. Let's do the last. Make sure it's in line. Close enough. Look at that. As close as damn it, eh? The gap on the edges, I mean. Okay, let me put the beads away. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. So we've got our beads on the one side. Get an idea of what it looks like. Now we can start filling in, hopefully. Let's see. I'm thinking I'll go for sort of a chain stitch, a running chain stitch, an attached chain stitch, I think is the word. Okay, so initially I was going to basically run all the way along from the one side to the other, the chain all the way down like that. But upon further consideration, I think I'd like to stop at each seam, because what I did find when I did this one, which was, you know, it was stitched straight across, so I just went all the way around like that. You had to put something on it, otherwise it's a bit more difficult to bend. You need to put some kind of a button or something. And I'm hoping the weight of this will hold this down, the weight of the beads will hold down this flap. So I don't want to add to the pressure forcing it open. So I'm going to do each panel at a time. And of course what I could do is I could now stop and restart. So keeping the chain stitch in the same direction, that would be one option. Another option is to go around like you see me do with the circle binds, and literally go around and around and around to get to the middle. But I think I want to try something new and go up and down. So I want to see what that does to the texture and the pattern. So I'm going to turn it around and I'll go in the other direction. This is an experiment. Well, honestly, I've never done this before. It's this kind of pattern arrangement idea. So it could work, it might not. We'll have to see. One thing I do know though, a good tip, is if you want sort of that's what I'm looking for, a consistent pattern or design, is to keep where your stitches start and stop, keep them in a line. So you'll see this one, I started with a small stitch because this was smaller than the others. And then my next stitch is going to go in line with that one. So let's see what happens. So in a line. I hope this is nice. Hoping. Can definitely see it's in a different direction. The question is it the look I want? I only really know the end of the row. Maybe even only the end of the next row. Because by then you'll get an idea of what the pattern's going to look like as it goes along. I've got a feeling it almost might look knitted when it's done. If I don't like it, worst comes to worst, I will unpick or cut it out and redo it. It's always a plan B or C or D that's available in embroidery, so I like the colour variations. I think that's pretty. Looks a bit knitted, hey? It really does. Quite cool. Now we have to go in between these. Can't go over them, of course. So I have to be a bit shorter out of necessity. Can't match the rows stitch sizes. Okay, thread is starting to get a bit short, so I'm going to end it off at the end of this row and restart. Okay, I think I'm just going to end this off and then I'll carry on off camera to show you what it looks like at the end of all of this. Let's just end it off. Crazy the way, look, this almost looks like back stitch, eh? Chain stitch in the front, It goes back stitch at the back. Really weird. I'm always fascinated by what happens at the back of stitches. Because if you do back stitch, let me show you this one. So this is back stitch in rows going up in angles like that. Look at the back. Back almost looks like split stitch. Totally different stitch. So some stitches actually look good at the back and others not so much. Okay, I'll be back with you once I've done finished this front flap. Okay, I did say I would come in only once I finished this side, but I thought you might find it interesting how tricky it's getting here. To try and get the stitches underneath and around the beads. Ah, no way. Did I just do it again? No, I didn't. See, I want it to look like the whole thing has been, in inverted commas, knitted. I'm having to go through some extreme measures here to get it right. But you got to do what you got to do. That's the look you're going for. You see, it's nice because you can see it behind the bead too. I might just speed through this, but so you can still see what I'm doing. I don't want you to miss anything that's maybe important to you, to your journey. That's if you want to make something like this for yourself, which I highly recommend. It's so much fun. The puppy's grumbling in the background. I don't know if you can hear him. Okay, turning around, working my way back down again. This pink shade that comes up, it's almost like a strawberry milkshake or a strawberry ice cream. So cute. That one's done. Now we can go into here for this side. Moving on nicely. Ouch. Part of the reason why my fingers look like that is I tend to poke myself quite often. Get into such a zone, I just stop thinking about things, including where my fingers are. Okay, normally I try to end off from the end of the row, but sometimes you get caught out like I have been. It's not a problem, we just pull through to the back and end it off. It's taken a while, but I mean, considering I'm covering this completely, I can actually do quite a lot in a fairly short space of time. Traveling to the other side of the leaf, just to put in a last stitch in and not turn around, and go back up. Okay, I think I'll pause and be back, show you when I'm done. And there's the flap done.